Hey man, how you doing?
Good, man. How about you?
Oh, I'm fantastic, brother. Thank you so much for asking. Now, question for you. You got a second, right?
Absolutely.
So, you ever made 100K in a year before?
Last year was my first year.
Good. Tell me about it, man. What were you doing? Where were you? What kind of things were going on in your life at the time?
Yeah. I was in St. George, Utah, where I invest in multifamily properties. One of my investments as a limited partner actually went on the market and we sold it. And I was able to get a large chunk of cash from that sale, in addition to kicking off my wholesaling business and getting that going.
Interesting. So, was that the most you ever made in one deal?
That was the most I've ever made in one deal.
So, how does a deal like that work? Maybe you could break it down for people who don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. So I had developed some relationships with investors and multifamily developers. I put money into their deal. So I put in $50K to an apartment complex, 160 units in Utah. And I held on to that for 5 years. So during those 5 years, I was able to cash flow off that. I would maybe make around 20K a year from that investment. And when it did sell, I was able to cash out on like 300K.
Wow, that's crazy. So,
Yeah.
If you were to go back to the old Ryan, the Ryan before he did this, what type of advice would you give him on if he wanted to get started?
I would say start developing those relationships a lot sooner, get around the right people and in the right rooms, and start building a business that you can have cash to invest in deals.
So some people don't know how to build relationships. Some people don't know how to get in these rooms. Some people don't even know that the room exists, right? Like what type of advice would you give to that person?
I would give the advice of take the time, energy, and money to invest in yourself. Come to masterminds, come to events. Sometimes you have to pay to get yourself in the room where you want to be to start developing where you can and cultivate those relationships.
Beautiful. Ryan, thank you so much, brother. And where can everybody find you, just in case they're looking?
Yeah. You can find me on Instagram, Ryan Kocherhans, Facebook, Ryan Kocherhans as well. And then I am just launching my YouTube channel as well, Ryan Kocherhans.
And for those who don't know how to spell it, how do you spell Kocherhans?
Kocherhans. Ryan, thank you
so much, brother. We appreciate you.